In this third video, I'm going to talk about one aspect of pedagogical change that we can affect in these environments, and that is the issue of feedback. So traditionally what you do is you do your course, and somewhere near the end of the course you do a major piece of work and you'd hand it in, you'd get it back and the answer was A+ or B-, and there were a few comments from the teacher. Now what we can do in these environments is build much more detailed on-the-fly information, which gives us information about the differential performance of different students amongst the group, but also give the students formative feedback on the fly and along the way, which contributes to their work. It's not just a retrospective judgment of their work, but it's a constructive piece of prospective evaluation, if you like. It's forward-looking evaluation as opposed to backward-looking evaluation. So what I'm going to do now is just show you very briefly into the analytics area of Scholar, which gives the instructor some insights into the process and where they can keep a much closer view of what all the students are doing. The dashboard area collects a whole lot of information about the writing process and other discussion processes going on inside Scholar. So these are things I've done in my personal community page, my creator projects, my publisher projects. And if I go into one of my publishers at the moment, I can get quite detailed analytics about writing. Let me go into that particular class that I was involved with before. These are all the members of the group down the bottom here. And what this has done, it's parsed hundreds of thousands of words of text, every version, all the changes that have happened, and it gives us a whole lot of information. Now, when do I get this information? As an instructor, as a teacher, the answer is on the fly, anytime, halfway through a project, during a class, and it will tell us things like the number of versions people have written, their average length, the average edited, which is how much, to what extent they take on board their peers' comments, academic language level, which is a whole series of vocab and structural metrics which are expressed here in grade levels. The average peer review rating, I mean, that actually we've discovered from our research that the mean peer review rating is pretty close to what an expert reviewer would be saying about a work. Average self-review rating, this was actually on the last version, so we really want them to score themselves very highly. We want them to have improved a lot from their feedback. Publisher review, as it turns out, I didn't do any reviews in this space. I was the publisher, but it would have been possible for me to do that. Average review rating overall, number of reviews authored, average review length. Some people are writing hundreds of words in reviews for other people's works. Number of annotations they did, and an overall score based on a whole lot of metrics. Now, what this means is we're just providing a whole lot of data because we've kept all the material as structured data, and we can then present that back to the teacher or publisher at any one time. Now, if we want to now dig down into the particular work that we were looking at before, I'll do that here, and I'll jump over and I'll show you. We can see the original work, which when she had a comment on reviewers, the changed work, where she made all those changes, all the differences. We can actually go back and dig through the detail of the changes that she made. We can look at review number 1, the feedback from the first reviewer, feedback from the second reviewer, the third reviewer, review criteria, percent edited. So this gives us an enormous amount of information about, if you like, the social ecology around the work, which is both the history of formative assessment, the feedback that she's got along the way in doing her work, but also retrospectively a whole lot of data which we can then contribute towards an effective summative assessment, not only of the writing, but also of the writing as the embodiment of disciplinary content.